Education is the pivot upon which every society, civilization, innovation, and survival infrastructure is balanced. It plays a very crucial role in the development of a people and social harmony. Education is that funnel through which everything flows into place. But if I ask, what if that funnel is broken? What happens to the health of the society suffering a sick system of education? This is the collective poem that addresses the issue. The issue of poverty. The issue of insecurity. The countless issues unspoken of. The issues of lawlessness. A leader must have the attributes of a good lawyer. Like a lawyer who follows the roots of sincerity, integrity, honesty, and generosity to court during session. To be a lawyer is a tough profession. We the lawyers, we fight for the rights of the innocent and the needy, but justice against the others that are greedy. Education can help our leaders to be judges who make bridges and keep balance of law in the leadership of today. Punishment shall be given to criminals who steal and kill, for we have the legal theories as a skill to end corruption.
You know, we have a corrupted system, and that has bettered epileptic power supply. And we don't really trust PhDs in electricity to run this airline. We rather burn our diesel than be victims of these hell of blackouts. Well, electricity ain't the only issue here. Now, as easy as it is to say hijack Robinson, a plane can't be hijacked. I don't know if the culprits know robberies are seen, because after such events, the culprits are cool pretending. Yet telling some of our leaders about this issue of kidnap comes with a lackadaisical behavior, like you just interrupted a kidnap. But this ain't gonna lay me down. Because even when the cloud of tears gathers, I just want to burst through them, know the sky ain't my limit. Brother, seen it as a checkpoint. So every day I fly this plane with kerosene, I pray and hope my heart soul zero sin. So one day I will fly a plane whose shape will become irregular on descending. You know, I could say I'm not really a replica of what I fly. Though I don't fly haphazardly like the butterfly. I've flown many air pieces, none has ever landed in pieces. But the situation of this nation has made me have rare knowledge of what truly peace is. And this pisses me off. You know, when our leaders say they're not going to rig elections, the best way for them to conduct it is by using our youth as their tool for bondage. I mean, we have series of cases where we have hijacked ballot boxes. Our leaders have failed us. Well, I think we caused our pain, because we bleached and blushed for fake manifestos. And some of the people who fixed into the government have rare knowledge of what the government. Yet they patrol the streets with no shame. I mean, what use is your name when you have not achieved aim? Your reign and fame has brought us nothing but pain. And you leader comes in and it's used as the same. This silly act just drives me insane. There's money more to say, but if I do, it wouldn't pay. I guess we should quit playing the blame game, for as we know there'll be no winner. Still remember times where we're made to believe the police is our friend. But I guess we are fooled by this motto. Because in this same motto, we face police brutality. We cried, we tried and died. We groaned and roamed the streets in pain. We went insane for reasons the same. I guess it became a bloody rain. We need leaders like Wilbur Wright. I mean, if Cross River State's affairs need to be held upright, we need leaders whose thoughts are right. Like Wilbur Wright, whose thoughts on and all humans the right to fly. We caused ourselves this pain. We put ourselves in this crashed plane. And to get us out, we desperately need to think out of the black box.
I have a dream like Martin Luther, that education will be a balance of skill and character, a balanced diet of knowledge and discipline. This is the real menu, a nutritious combination of necessary attributes of leadership. I'm just a chef, and this is my food for thought.
Thought in reality. Reality is getting a real picture of the truth. Reality kills lots of dreams. It isn't always what it seems. A little bread, a cost, a crumb. A little trust can keep the soul alive. Every day is a challenge, starting with routine work, struggles with government policies, pressure always very high, making business so difficult for me. The dollar has risen so much that the naira has lost its value. It's a shame. Government loans make us slaves to ourselves. Our destiny is sold for hunger. Everything is sold. And one day, there will be nothing left to sell. Making the youth join the police forces and instilling in their minds that they are working for salary and not to protect the interests of their very own country. And I've made them to forget that they pledged to uphold her honor and glory. I mean, this is the only place where an individual gets to read business analyst in the university, and that same individual, after graduation, will become a mechanic. Each day that goes by, I keep on pounding on these thoughts, and I keep on remembering these things that I see first class graduates carrying their certificates to go and ask for jobs that are meant for school leavers. Their making makes me hate for the ones I love, because this is where Mumbly Concord was born into, and this is where it will be buried. This is our reality, a place where lots of work is done, but the profit of insignificant money is made.
Money in accounting is all about calculations and some basic transactions are done. But in life, you don't see it as such. You see, basic analysis are done in accounting. Why not to analyze our actions in life? We should do a recount and keep away with the discount. But how do you expect us to do a recount with a calculator that is malfunctioned? There are people who wish I want to be like us, but with all this around, they see us as a dishonor check. Try to check your life to see if there are any errors or debts. You shouldn't be a debtor but instead a creditor to them. You shouldn't use them as goods as services, but rather be good and have services to render to them. But remember, like numbers, let your votes count.
Leadership is like a vaccine that rights all that has been wrong in our system.
A system where chronic infections like bribery and corruption are virulent, with no one to lead the way forward, probably an excuse for being ignorant. A system where self-centeredness is a brain tumor that leaders cannot think straight. For who can solve a problem without thinking of being dissolved in it? A system where leaders leave our heads infested with lies and left us with no hope of survival. Let's inject truth. Let's amputate bad leadership. Let's administer vaccines against corruption. For it wouldn't require an optician to have a clear vision of the future.
Picture of arts and imaginative fruits of a whimsical mind. A mind creative in creation, unbroken strength, dancing to the melody of artistic making. Its super aesthetic beauty drafts the soul of its maker and mesmerizes the sight of its viewer. Here is a woman washing her feet at the shores of River Niger and River Benue, where fresh water greases the flowers of vegetation, where the two horses quench their thirst. Her strength lays in the eagle's wings. Her soul made of gold and natural endowment. Her people of cultural diversity residing in different polarity. Her languages are diverse and unique in ethnicity. Her memories and acrimonies flashed on the potency of great leaders. Leaders with a never-ending fire of change that burns the passion that never dies. Leaders who serve your fatherland with love, strength, and faith. But now the labors of our heroes past we make in vain. Our values we watch go down the drains of a modern river in a dynamic state of motion. Values fluctuating on the fringes of reality. Honor, integrity, honesty, and patriotism are words no longer mentioned in the streets of this nation. Virtues that have been washed down the septic drains of an allied nation. Virtues which don't ascribe any worth of value. Our once healthy bodies ravaged in the hybrid-headed viruses of tribalism, nepotism, scandalism, and vandalism. So what we are now is a nation hanging on the cliff. We are a nation hanging on the thin thread of hope, where accountability is a diabolist which gives new color to a false truth, because no one is held accountable on that table. A table of dreams and argument of reality show, with apathy in leadership role, but constant complaints and talks of government flaws. We're too scared to die but nothing to live for. Too scared to speak out, so we keep a stiff upper lip and die in silence. We hunger for stomach infrastructure and such physical infrastructure can wait. This nation, our nation's love has gone cold in a scorching sunny day. Like a mother, she forgets her suckling child on her back in the very furnace of affliction, corruption, and poverty. This forest is shrinking. yet the trees still vote for the axe. I say, this forest is shrinking, yet the trees still vote for the axe. This nation where creativity and brains go down the drains, malpractice a means of wealth. Our education, I say, education, a dangling boat in the stormy ocean, spiraling out of control, soon to be crashed and stumble in rage. Though every morning we chant, arise, O compatriot, then I ask, how many are ready to answer the call? The call of freedom, the call of change, freedom from the marginalization and injustice of my society, the call of the future that believes in beauty and dreams. Our ancestral call of selfless leadership, telling us to rise from this abyss of tragedies and mediocrity, seeking for our one in solidarity and not in brutality, telling us to redefine this ugly reality, telling us to redefine our once harmonized society, telling us our freedom is the reality. If only we see ourselves in an epic adventure of this same reality. Because unity is our reality.
Right, so we have to do this one together. We're talking about education, and then there's no better way to talk about education without expressing the different ordeals and travails that we go through. So we all remember the song from nursery school, perhaps. Some have food they cannot eat. So we'll sing that, and you join us, and we'll wrap up the poem.
Some have food they cannot eat. Some can eat but have no food. We can eat. Glory be to God. Amen.
What is this you cooked, mother education? Is it served? Can we afford it? Is it palatable enough? Is it enough to go round? There's a boy called Bimbo standing in traffic at Atimbo, chasing the trucks, watching the lights, studying the colors of his fate, praying that the red light lasts long enough to draw as many naira notes from open windscreen, praying that the green light wouldn't beep on until his bucket is empty of ice cream. But his light shines in the midst of all of these things, but he wishes more than the light in traffic for a more significant light like his peers back in school. Deep down his mind are bags of gold only education can mine. In his palms lies the solution to the country's economic meltdown. But guess what? His chances of ever learning melts down daily with his ice cream. As he quenches the test of famished drivers, no one seems to notice. There's a test here on the road, but something his bucket doesn't hold. There's a girl carrying a child around Watts Market, yawning. She holds the solution to global warming. As we pass by today and deny her a token for food, let her destiny shrunken in illiteracy be our own food for thought. What is this you cooked, mother education? Is it served? Are we even healthy for food? Because from nursery class you stuffed our lunch boxes with tasteless curriculums. You ruined our taste buds with bitter experiences. When you gave us the true more than we could ever digest. Now sometimes your breakfast was sufficient with calcium and ions. But what relevance has this chemistry class to a boy gifted with artistry? Beyond my desk, Oliver twists his face for more than mathematics and French in one timetable, more than Islamic religion for a Christian in one class period. Oh well then, we pray to Allah and Christ. Until our school sends us a counselor who came now not to guide our courses, but then to teach further maths. So sometimes your breakfasts are perfect, but coming where there is no desk to sit on, elaborate timetable, no table to settle on, till time runs out, and we learn nothing. But you know this mother education, that if you take a king's menu into a cell room, it becomes prison food. If you take good education into a poorly facilitated classroom, it becomes a prison yard. What value then is your ground knowledge if we do not know our flaws? What use is the Pythagoras theorem if we cannot find the future? At what angle is this future with academics so inclined to politics? What use are projectiles and cosmic science if aircraft do not take our aspirations beyond the sky? And what good is the sky to us if we make it our limit? What use is the biology laboratory if the solution dies before the lab rat? And what use is a perfect solution if our student providers, they need a non-surname for their innovation to be known? But if they ever get the chance to talk like today, tell the world that the solution to education is more than just talking. Tell the poet it takes more than just a poem. Tell the lab technician to strive for precision. Your target must be sharper than syringes. Artists, what are you painting? Paint us a clear picture of the vision. Engineers, use a plier that is out of the box. With good precaution, I assure you your design will shock the world. Finally, they say nearly cannot kill a bird. I sincerely think you aim for a tiny animal. That same shot will hit a dragon. So keep aiming. Some have food. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Put your hands together. Thank you. Thank you very much. Put your hands together.